Yo, what's up, guys? And I want to talk about people hating on people who work 9 to 5s, uh, but especially I want to focus on like fast food and retail jobs. And I want to say this: each job, any job, whether you're an entrepreneur or working under people, it all has its pros and cons. There's pros to the job, and there's always cons to any job. All right, I want to make that clear to any job. But you have to understand, like, it's like working retail and and fast food, and we're talking about customer satisfaction and stuff like that. It's really hard. It's really hard to really like for people to understand because people out here in the real world, they're not nice. They're mean. They're mean. And it's like it's that's what the customer side of things, because like especially if you work, as I said, fast food retail, you working with the public, you know. And I can say like call centers too, because you're dealing with customer service, right? You're dealing with the public. Like those are one of like, but specifically retail and fast food, those are like really one of like the most harder things because you're doing people's food, and you're also like in the stores trying to stack. I guess for retailers, at least like for my mom's, for in retail, because my mom works in retail, like people be asking like this, oh, you guys are out of this. Check was in the back, and she says there's nothing more in the back. We haven't had a truck or inventory yet for that. Be like, well, please go check in the back, because I know you guys have stuff in the back, and we're like, and she's like, no, we don't. It's like, and then they get heated because you said there's not, and it's like there's not. There's just like nothing else we could do. And I could tell for like fast food, like people don't, people are very particular about their food. They're very, um, yeah, they're very particular about their food, which is fine. But like, it's like we gotta make sure like we got our times down. We gotta make sure you have super customer satisfaction at the same time, and it's hard, especially dealing with their food. Like you're like, bruh, people are on a different time of timing, bruh. You know what I mean? You know, so it's like I had one time someone came through the drive-through. They came through and they were saying, "How long is it gonna be?" And I was like, because they were working on a quarter. And they were like, "How long is it gonna be?" I've been waiting in this. I have to go to work. I'm 20 minutes late to work, and I'm kind of like, if you saw the line was like busy, you saw the line was long. I don't know why, and you had to go to work shoot. I'm not sure why. You know, you will wait in that line. But it's not our problem. We're just here to serve and get people in and out the line as fast as possible. She was only waiting about like 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. I guess for us it's still pretty up there, but she was only waiting like 2 minutes because we were waiting on our fries and our quarter. But it was like it's stuff like those. Like it's really difficult. It's a very tasking job. It's really heavy to do so. It is, and people are really underestimating 9 to 5 jobs, man. I've heard people, they have degrees and stuff, and they're not even going to the profession, but they still want to talk down on 9 to 5. So I'm not gonna get flipping burgers or anything like that, But it's like, well, they get money. At least they working. At the end of the day, at least they working. There's a lot of people out here who are bums and not working. Okay, at least they working. That's all I gotta say though. I have like a little majestic background. It's looking pretty nice out here though. But yeah, bro, it's crazy.